Hey guys, remember me? Agent of Doubt here. Time for another ramble, mis amigos. So, it's been a minute. I was very busy with grad school work, and also I decided that I didn't have time to be in the gallery that I was in if I was going to be doing this grad school work. So I decided to remove my artwork from that gallery, which took a while. And it was kind of catch 22. I didn't have time to be in the gallery anymore because I couldn't keep up with it, but I also didn't have the time to get myself out of it. So I've been very strapped for time. And I've got boxes of my own artwork behind me. So, if you want some, just comment below, work something out. I'm not stingy with it. Anyways, I owe a few of you some videos, I know, but I just haven't had the time. I'm still working on a video for Poseidon Kicklodon for my views on marijuana, and I'm working a little bit more on that one because it's very close to my profession, so I need to word it well. Anyways, something else has happened since I last talked to you guys, and that is Bernie Sanders decided that he wanted to run again in 2020 to try to be president. And because of my previous political activism and just hands-on representing different parties and bringing you guys awesome videos, I decided, I need to chime in on this because I owe it to the people who I was having back and forths with back in the day. I just saw a video from TJ, the Amazing Atheist, where he was talking about not liking incrementalism, and he's going to be Bernie or bust again. And I guess this is me having my reaction to all of this. For decades, I was actually able to predict years in advance who would be running for president, just based on their momentum. And momentum, to me, is politically very important. That's why I initially got behind Hillary Clinton, because I saw her momentum after, trying for years to become the nominee. I saw it as being something that was pretty much inevitable, and political parties are nothing more than clubs to get you elected. It's just a club where everyone tries to help each other get elected. There's a lot of variance with the beliefs of a lot of the people in these political parties because they're just trying to have a big enough tent so that they can help each other get elected, but they're not going to be absolutely lockstep with each other. So I pick the tent that I want to support, and then hopefully the cream of the crop rises to the top. And prior to Bernie Sanders deciding to run for the 2016 election, I had already made up my mind who I thought had the best chance to become president for the team that I wanted to support. And I wasn't alone in that. All of those superdelegates that voted for Hillary Clinton, they made their decisions before Bernie Sanders even announced that he was going to run, right? And a lot of people think, oh, well, that's just bullshit. how that works, you know? Well, there's a lot of things that go into a presidential run, and one of those things is momentum, right? And that's one of those things that you actually have control over is momentum. You can decide to start way early, or you can decide to start, at the actual starting line of 2 years out. You know, some people they start by sending the signals of I have an exploratory committee, or I wrote a book, But yeah, after I saw the Amazing Atheist video and him talking about not accepting incrementalism, I get that that's his opinion. And my take on it is that incrementalism is just going to happen with the way that we have a pendulum swing in our politics anyway. I mean, every time we get something passed that we want, the next, political cycle decides to erase the legacy of the previous administration. So, whatever changes are made can just be unmade so quickly. It's like we hardly get anywhere. So incrementalism is pretty much, the name of the game. But at least I figure that for my own reasons, I think that Bernie Sanders' ideas will come to fruition eventually. Maybe not in his lifetime, because he doesn't have that much time left on the earth, but, I think that that's just the way that the world has to become. And, yeah. I saw the day after the 2016 election that we needed to start right away, not, in 2019, where people are declaring that they want to run for president left and right. We needed to start right away, the day after Trump was elected, to pick the horse that we were going to ride across this stream on, and not just keep switching horses midstream, like what happened in the 2016 election, where, a lot of liberal people, I don't want to say Democrats, because are they Democrats if they don't show up to vote for the Democrat in the end? They're at least liberal. Let's use that word for now. A lot of them saw, something shiny. They saw something that they thought they wanted better. That lack of incrementalism, let's take everything we want, all the way. Let's go for that guy, and they forgot about the momentum that had been built for basically the candidate that they felt fit them better. And that's fine. That's the way that they wanted to play the game. But in the end, Democrats ate themselves with that phenomenon. And now we have Trump. And I really don't want to see history repeat itself in that respect, where you have two candidates that are neck and neck, and the candidate that loses waits a very long time to endorse the winner in the primaries, And I'm now fearful that not only will history repeat itself with Bernie taking a lot of the liberals with him if he shouldn't win in the primaries, I'm actually fearful of what he could do to my pick. My powers of prestidigitation had picked Elizabeth Warren as being probably the great successor to him. if he gets on a debate stage with her, he's going to be ruthless in his recap of what happened in 2016, where she decided to wait to see, when the dust settled, who would be the nominee for the Democrats in order to endorse someone rather than pick between Hillary and Bernie. Even though her politics are obviously closer to Bernie's than Hillary's, she was being a member of the Democrats. The Democratic Party. And, yeah. I just don't want to see that moment when the debates happen between the Democratic Party hopefuls. When he lights her up for not making that decision, he's going to say to her, basically, I was this close. I was this close. All I needed was you, and you weren't there for me. And all of the people that were liberal but didn't vote for the Democrat in the end, all of those people who didn't show up for Hillary because they were Bernie or bust, they'll know, who done it. They'll know, but for that one lady on stage. And if he were to not win the nomination again, I just see history repeating itself and Trump being president for another 4 years. And I would hope that we could see like a Sanders-Warren ticket. I picked Warren because basically she was 90% Bernie Sanders and 10% establishment Democrat. The difference with her is that she has had the Democrat D next to her name, rather than the independent I that Bernie likes to wear whenever he's not using the Democratic Party as his vehicle towards the presidency. I get that he's caucused for decades with the Democrats, but there's a reason why he puts that I next to his name. It's a signal to people that he has problems with the Democratic Party. And so, yeah, I picked Warren because she had the good ideas. She'd taken the carrion from Bernie's mouth, and she also had the party affiliation. Best of both worlds in my mind. And I saw some buzz about her in the news, and I figured that she was the one who would get the nomination. And now I'm like, this is awkward. This is very awkward. For both of them to be in a debate on stage trying to get that nomination. I don't know that the Democrats can handle this. I'll be watching. All right, guys, that's my take on it, and more videos that I owe to people coming out soon, as soon as I can get my nose out of a book.